Good morning everyone, how are you? Wish you always happy and healthy. Okay, today we will learn about the flora and fauna in Indonesia. So, do you know about the various flora and fauna in Indonesia? Before discussing distribution material, it is better to know its meaning in advance. So, the first understanding of flora is plant. What is flora? Anyone know what flora means? Can you raise hand? Okay, let's get into the material. In general, flora are all types of plants that exist in the world. The term flora comes from Latin, namely from the word flora, which means address of plant and customer. Flora can be defined as a group of plants in the plant world. They are so-called endemic flora. Endemic flora is a group of plant species that live in a certain area, such as Sumatran flora, Javanese flora, endemic flora of Kalimantan, and the other. Endemic flora in area has certain type. Sometimes, flora in one area cannot be found in the another. This is because each region has certain characteristics, such climate difference or weather difference. In addition, the type of soil also affects the difference in each region. Okay, then the general understanding is all kind of animal that live in the world. The word fauna comes from Latin. The word has a meaning of animal nature. In Roman mythology, fauna can be interpreted as the sister of fauna. It means that as good spirit, forest and land. Well, for more detailed classification include the first one is Western Indonesia or Asiatic flora and fauna. Flora and fauna Asiatic cover the western part of Indonesia, namely Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan, and Bali. Flora and fauna in this region has its own characteristic. This geographical condition causes the animal and plant in this region to resemble the flora and fauna of the Asian continent. Then, transitional flora and fauna. The transition zone is also known as the middle zone. Its territory includes central Indonesia, namely Sulawesi and the Nusa Tenggara Island. The name of the transition in this area is due to the fact that the flora and fauna of Asiatic is a transition between the flora and fauna of Asiatic and the flora and fauna Australis. This makes the flora and fauna in central Indonesia have mixed characteristics. Mixed characteristic and characteristic due to being in the transitional area. So there are many endemic animals that can only be found in Indonesia. Australia flora and fauna. The Australis zone covers the eastern part of Indonesia, like the Maluku Island and Papua. The flora and fauna in this area have characteristics similar to those on the Australian continent. This is because of its geographical location close to the Australian continent. Of the three zoning and distribution of fauna and flora is found by the Wallace line and Weber line. Wallace line separates the Asian animal group from the transitional animal group. The Weber line separates the transitional animal group from the Australian animal group. Okay everyone, that's all for today. How it's going? There is something you want to say or ask?
Yes, sir. I want to ask what kind of animal are in the Asiatic region?
The animal in the Asiatic region include elephant, tiger, rhino, and orangutan. Anyone to ask again? If there are no more questions, I will ask you guys. Does anyone know the type of animal in the Australis region? Me sure. Animals in the Australis region include kangaroos, wallabies, and the bird of paradise. Good answer. Give a round of applause. Okay, the lesson time is over. Let's close today's lesson with a prayer together. Amin. Thank you everyone. See you next week.